Good morning, I'm Matt with Medina Minute. Let's go in here and have a cup of coffee and see who we can run into, see what's going on around the square. Hey, Coleen.
Hey.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. What's going on?
Not a whole lot. Can I sit?
Absolutely. Please join me. How are things?
Things are good.
Yeah?
Things are good.
So what's new down at VCS Salon and Spa?
Oh, down at VCS Salon and Spa, we're busy doing lots of hair, making people look good, feel good, getting ready for our next ladies' night out.
Cool. It's always a fun one.
Yep.
What? I'm curious. How long has VCS been around?
We have been there in Medina since 1978.
Oh my gosh.
We were one of the original salons in Medina, and so this is our 35th year.
Oh wow.
I was, I think, 6 when my parents started the salon. So I remember counting pennies at night when we would come up and check out the register.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So is your family from Medina? I mean, is that the connection?
Yeah, we're from Medina. I grew up here.
Okay.
Yep,
and Mom decided, your mom started it, right? She opened it
Mom and
originally?
Dad.
Mom and Dad,
yes.
okay.
My dad was a hairdresser, barber,
cool.
so he still is.
Nice.
So it was definitely in the family. One of the things I think my mom and dad taught us was, you know, learn how to give a good service and learn how to treat people well and give them a good experience, and they'll come back. And they thought that concept when they were, you know, first open, and it still works today.
Sure. So when you have guests in from out of town or friends come to visit, what are the things that you got to see this, you got to do this, we have to eat here? What are your quintessential Medina things?
Well, if I can find a babysitter.
All right, so we need a babysitting service.
Volunteers.
Okay.
If it's a nighttime activity, I always like to go to Main Street.
Okay.
They have really good food. We do that. I like the martinis at time.
Okay.
Usually we definitely come up to the square. I like people to see the square and shop, and I'm a big advocate for shopping local and supporting local business, so usually when I have somebody from out of town, we come there. But during the day, since I have kids now, we're more involved in the park systems. And I think since I went through leadership in Medina County, I really got my eyes open to how many parks and recreational things there are to do in the county.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, growing up here, I never even knew some of these spots were there.
Do you have a favorite building on the square? Is the one that you drive by and just look at?
Probably the fire station.
Okay.
Mostly because I know the history behind it.
Okay.
But I love the color. It stands out. Everybody always says, "Oh, look at the little fire station."
It's bright.
Yeah. So I mean, that's something that I think sticks out, and it looks clean, and it's just such a neat feeling. But the history behind it of how, you know, there was never a fire station there until we had 3 major fires in the community. And it was until then that they've rebuilt it 3 times that said, you know what, this town is worth saving.
Maybe
let's
we
bring
need
a fire station. Yeah.
Sure.
So I think the history behind it, just of the, you know, persistence and dedication of the people that lived here, thought this town is worth saving. And look at us today.
And that was actually the first building that started the whole restoration of the square. They started it right there with redoing that, because it was city owned, so they could go through and redo that.
Okay.
And they used that to show, here's what you can do. I'm curious, how does a salon respond to changes in style? I mean, how do you stay ahead of the curve when, you know, it was in the 90s when there was the Rachel haircut, and now I don't even know what they're just straight hair today. How do you do that?
We have a pretty good connection with a lot of our educators in the business. So because we are a bigger salon, we're fortunate enough to be able to get some big educators in the salon, or we're able to go to. We've been invited to do New York Fashion Week with one of our product lines, Philippalooza. We've done hair for the New York Fashion Week runway for up-and-coming designers. We've done hair for them, so we've learned a lot. There's maybe 4 or 5 girls that have been able to go to New York and work with them. So that's kind of neat and different.
Is that just crazy insane?
Insane. Like, crazy insane.
I mean, do you have maybe 30 seconds to redo a model as they're changing?
My sister Mary is the one that goes and she says, it's crazy. You work your butt off, but you learn a lot, and yes, it's quick, but before you actually do the runway show, you practice on the model, and they have you do the hairstyle over and over and over and over again, so that the day of you know exactly what you're doing.
Yeah.
But as far as today's trends, we do a lot of we usually send 2 people to New York City once a year.
Okay.
So we try to send somebody to some of the big shows like TG and Aquage and.
Cool.
Sounds good.
Thank you, friend.
Have a good day.
Have a great afternoon.